here in our New York studios. And Joy, let's face it, a lot of this got caught up in the Russians hacked the election, and it was the second half of the sentence, in order to ensure a Trump victory, in order to ensure that Hillary Clinton was defeated, that instantly politicized this, and to the ambassador's point, got us off the target of talking about warfare.
Well, I think that you can't separate the two. I mean, the idea that the Russians had a specific result in mind and that that result then occurred, I think you cannot extricate the two from one another. I mean, it is clear, and we're reading more and more reporting about the personal vendetta between Vladimir Putin and Hillary Clinton. You know, this wasn't a generalized attack on the American system, which, again, to the reporting, that is something that the Russians also want, to sow general chaos, general distrust in democracy, general distrust in our intelligence services, because, by the way, our intelligence services also service other Western countries and around the world that Russia has its eyes on. So, but there was a specific goal, too, and that was to further the chances that Donald Trump, who is clearly would be more friendly to the Putin government, would get elected. I don't think that Donald Trump can get away from that. And I think at the same time, you're now seeing, and I can't believe for the first time in my life I'm going to agree with Bill Kristol, that you have Republicans going further than just saying what Michael McFaul just said, further than saying that we can, that even if they don't accept the Russian hacking occurred, that if it did, that they think it's fine, because you had Representative Chris Collins in New York say today, well, the outcome was that we found out how horrible Hillary Clinton was, so that we're okay with that. They're taking it a step further than just the partisan response that they don't want the election of Donald Trump to be challenged. They're taking it further, some Republicans, and saying that the hacking itself is not important to investigate or not a big deal because Hillary Clinton, who they see as so horrible, was the target. I think that is a bridge way too far. I think at a certain point, Americans of every political party have got to at least agree that we do not want a foreign power, an adversarial foreign power, deciding or at least trying to manipulate who will be the president of the United States for very specific ends. You've got a $500 billion deal on the table with the man who might be our next Secretary of State at issue with ExxonMobil. There's too much at stake and too much interference that we know about for this to become an issue in which Republicans say we can't criticize it because it calls into question the election of the Republican president.
Malcolm Nance, do you agree with that?